Well, good morning, folks. This is Granny with Granny and Grumpy's Homestead. And unfortunately, I forgot to turn the mic on whenever I put it on me. So I'm going to have to do an over voice. I wanted to show you my guinea pigs. And I really love these guinea pigs. They're sweet little girls. And I'm always singing to them, and I think that's a part of what I was doing before I got started was singing, "Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sunshiny faces, for this is the way to start a new day." And this is what I feed them. This is what I'm putting in their little dish right now. It's called Menu, and it's guinea pig food, and it does have some Timothy hay in it, but that's not the reason why I'm giving it to them. They love these pellets, and there's fruits and stuff that's in it that's dehydrated, that's been ground up and made into like Cheerios, and they really love that stuff. They've already taken their Timothy hay and sprawled it all over the place, and I had given them about 5 pieces of Gala apple, and then the rest I gave two great big handfuls of celery to them. They absolutely love celery. And they have 2 things of water that I keep on their thing because they drink so much water. And one is a glass one, which is close to my hand right there. And the other one is plastic that I've had it came with them whenever I agreed to take on the pets. They're really good girls, and sometimes they'll let me pick them up. Now, I actually have not picked them up in about 4 to 6 months. They came in a cage that was about a third the size of this cage, and it was a 2-story cage. And I just wanted them to have more area to run around in and give them some time to get some exercise. And so ever since I bought this cage, I have not needed to pick them up because I can clean this cage in a way which means I don't have to pick them up. The other cage, I had to pick them up and put them in something different because I couldn't get the cage clean out any other way because it was smaller. But they're really good girls. I enjoy talking to them and petting them all the time. And I enjoy, they're not going to let me pick them up. But the white and reddish colored one is Ginger, and then the one I'm trying to catch is Cookie. And they're both really good girls, and they both don't mind me petting them at all, but now catching them and holding them is an altogether different thing. Sometimes they're not as conducive to letting me do that. And then you see that green sheet. I leave that on the cage because in the winter months here in my living room is where I have them. Because I want them to hear my voice and to see me and to be able to pet them at random. And I just want them to be around so that I know they're safe. I know that nothing's going to get them, and I know nothing's going to bother them because they're up high and they're in a safe area. And I don't have anything that could get them actually because my little dogs wouldn't dare. And Sadie's outside again. We had a fairly good day yesterday until she decided that it was time to tear stuff up. And, that just didn't go over well with Granny. So, she was okay. I was here at home for a very long time yesterday until later yesterday afternoon, real late. I decided that I needed to be able to go to the store. And, let's put it this way. When I got back, I had to put her in her cage, which is very large, actually. I forgot to show y'all her cage. I was going to show you the cage, but I forgot to show it to you. It's quite a big cage. In fact, it's much bigger than she is. And so it's got to be a pretty big cage because she's the size of a golden retriever. And so she didn't seem to mind the cage. She didn't scream and holler or anything like that. She got in the cage, and she has 2 new toys that will stay in the cage so that when I do bring her in the house, which every Friday I have to because when Fred comes to do the lawn, I've got to be able to have a space for her to go so that she's safe, and so that because I don't want her to get hit by the lawnmower or the weed whacker by accident, and neither does he. So let's go see the dogs. Now, you will see my dog room is a little bit, it's very small. It's a small very small bedroom that we've turned into a dog room / office. And we have our internet coming in this room. And Mr. Needham and Penelope, they are 8 years old, and they are generally very happy to be with other dogs. But because I have been cleaning the dog room this morning, I'm getting ready to take all the towels to the laundromat. I'm having a lot of trouble with our water here. Here, look at that baby. Isn't she sweet? Her name is Miss Prius while I have her. She's such a good girl, and she actually comes to me now. At first, we were having a little bit of struggle with that. I think she was afraid of me. But now she'll walk up and just kind of wait and sit there for me to pick her up. And of course, Ruthie, Mama, I don't really understand why, but Ruthie wants to stay on top of the 2 dog cages. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. At first, I thought it was because she was trying to wean Miss Prius, but she still goes down into the floor occasionally and gets with Miss Prius. Now, Penelope, you can see her back there behind Mr. Needham, and she is carrying around a toy that is an ice cream cone. Now, these toys have fluff inside of them, and she's been kind of persnickety this morning. At first, she was fine with the puppy, and she wasn't, she was smelling her and everything. She wasn't treating her rough or anything like that, because most of the time I can put the puppies that I have when they're this age and a little bit younger in the cage, and she never bothers them. But neither do I put their toys in there. And Mr. Needham and Penelope and Ruthie, they generally do not play with toys. I will put toys in there on the floor for them, and they just do nothing with them. So I started keeping them up off the floor because it was just a nuisance to me to have to keep picking them up every time I was cleaning up in there and straightening the towels out and stuff. And so, but I thought, well, for the few hours that it'll take till the towels are dry and I can put them in. See, over there's another cubicle. That's where the puppy and Miss Ruthie stay all the time over in there. And, well, as you'll see in a minute, she was not happy with the puppy because she got her toy. And that little blue donut thing, it's like Penelope likes to play with it in the ice cream cone. At first, I thought Penelope had the ice cream cone stuck between her teeth, but that wasn't the case. She was just holding it because she didn't want nobody else to have it. Now, she's not normally like that, but these toys are new to her and to the others because I specifically bought these toys for puppies, and she was not going to have it. She got very upset with that puppy because the puppy had come close to that toy, and she was all over that pup. And so I had to actually go in there and pick Penelope up and put her in the cage there that to the right, and shut the door so that she could just play with toys inside the cage. No one can bother her, and she couldn't bother the puppy because I can't have her mistreating that puppy. That puppy is sold, at least that's my understanding, and I don't want her bothering Miss Prius, because Miss Prius is a sweet, sweet puppy. I don't want her getting any bad habits. She plays with her mom all the time. But I think being 8 years old, maybe she's starting to get a little bit cranky. And a little bit on the selfish side, not sharing stuff, but normally she's always shared things. And she loves puppies. See, there she goes. She's barking and growling at her. She's going to tear her up. So I didn't want her to hurt her, so I had to end up putting her in the cage. Mr. Needham's over there. He's just chilling out. Boy dogs and girl dogs are very, very different in action. They generally, boy dogs are not aggressive with girl dogs. Girl dogs can be aggressive towards boy dogs. At least the ones I've had. See, there she goes again. She's going to teach her a lesson. You just stay away from my toys. But they're actually the puppy's toys. They're not her toys. So we're going to have to put her in the cage because she's just being unbearable. She's in the cage now. And she's got a couple toys in there. And because the puppy had taken some toys and put them in the back end of the cage when it was at night, it was playing with them, and I had noticed that when I put the cage in this morning. But anyhow, Mr. Needham is so good about his diaper. He was 4 years old when I got him. Or no, he was 3 years old when I got him. And he had been wearing a diaper, not the same diaper, but had been wearing diapers for 3 years. And, he just doesn't mind wearing it. But Junior, on the other hand, that boy causes me more grief. But I don't want to get rid of him because, well, when you take on a dog, it's hard. In the past, I've had to sell my dogs sometimes. Once they got to be, a few years old, I would sell them. And look, she's trying to play with him, but he's just going to go chill out because he's old and he just doesn't play anymore. He just kind of watches over things. And Mom, well, her and baby have a little bit of fleas. This week is the week that I'm supposed to give them their bath again with the Dawn dish detergent to kill all the fleas on them. And Mr. Needham, he has had Frontline put on him and Penelope and Junior. And then I have a Saristo collar on Sadie. All of them will eventually have Saristo collars on them, but I have not seen any at Walmart that were for the small pups or small dogs, this size. And I'm not about to put the collar on them that is for a big dog, for a 50, 60 and up pound dog. That would kill my dogs, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm just putting Frontline, but I think I may have to switch to Advantix or Advantage. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to call the vet again to find out what the name of it was. They said that it works good, just like Frontline. So for a little bit of time until I get the other towels dried, these are fresh, new, clean towels that are on the floor right here, so that I can put them in the other cage and separate them again. I'm going to have to leave them in the cage here. But it won't hurt the other dogs because all it'll do is kill some of the fleas that are on Ruthie and on Miss Prius. If they jump off and jump on the other two dogs, they'll die the first time they bite them because they get that Frontline in their mouths or however they're biting them, and they don't live very long after that. So they're having a good time in there. But I don't understand why Ruthie wants to stay on the top of the cages. Doesn't make a lot of sense. She comes down and plays with the puppy. They wrestle. They wrestle play. She teaches her life skills. And you should actually keep them until they're 12 weeks old. But I'm not sure that's going to happen with this puppy because this puppy, it is, I think the new parents are wanting, to take her before then. But I have told them that I need a couple more weeks because I've had a little bit of a hard time weaning Miss Prius completely. Now, she doesn't nurse a lot. She does eat food and she drinks water. and she actually likes sardines. But she she still nurses a few times. It's about 2 or 3 times a day, and I don't know if that's why Ruthie gets on top, but she doesn't really try to bother Ruthie or anything like that. I think it's just Ruthie's gotten in a habit that she just jumps on top of there. She likes to climb, not climb out of the cages, but she likes to climb on top of things that are tall. So I think that's more the thing, is she just likes to be up high. Or either in a basket. Now that sounds crazy, doesn't it? I usually have the towels all folded and in clothes baskets. And she will jump on top of the clothes baskets and lay on top of all the towels. Which doesn't make a lot of sense either, because there's towels all over the floor. So, but she likes to do that, so I don't mind letting her. So I reckon probably today I will need to wash Ruthie and wash the puppy, and then I have a flea comb that I use to make sure that there are not any fleas on them. So we're having a good time watching them. They don't do a lot of things. They play a little bit with the toys, and they go in and out of their cage. They don't have a huge space, but they don't have a little tiny space either. I'm trying to keep them from being outside while there's so many fleas, because I don't want Ruthie and the puppy getting more fleas than they already have. And as soon as things change a little bit with that, then we'll, and it starts to get cold, then I'll let the rest of the dogs out more often. But Junior and Sadie are going to have to stay outside, because Sadie decided that she wanted to start tearing up boxes and notebooks and books and order pads and stuff, and she just made a terrible mess all over my kitchen before I could even get out of my chair and get into the kitchen to be able to stop her. She had a massive amount of tear up all over the floor, and I really can't have that happen. As much as I want her in the house because it's too hot, I'm just not going to be able to have her in the house, because I can't have her in the living room, because then I can't watch Junior to keep his diaper on him, because he uses the moment while I'm watching her. He uses the moment to go hide behind a chair, and he'll actually take his diaper off, and then he wants to commence to spray it, and that just ain't gonna happen. Nope, Granny ain't gonna have it. So both of them are having to stay outside for right now, and I'm fixing to go shortly outside and give them lots and lots of water. I've been thinking about putting a little swimming pool out there, so that they'll have somewhere to swim in the water. But until I can get my water straightened out, I can't do that, because this morning we woke up and it's purple again. So the machine that we have out in the well house is not working properly to clean our water up, and now it's leaving the stuff that we use to clean the water up, it's leaving it in the water. Every 6 days it does the same thing, and so we're trying to get it straightened out, but so far we haven't. Well, I hope y'all have a blessed day today, and I thank you that you are spending time with me to see our dogs, and to spend time listening and watching. And I will see you tomorrow, if not this evening. I may go ahead and make another video of giving the puppy a bath and giving Ruthie another bath, and let you see how I use the comb in their hair to make sure I get as many fleas off of them as I can. It's very annoying, this flea problem, but when you have puppies, you can't use a Frontline on them, and so I can't get rid of them until she's completely weaned and completely out of the cage of the mother. And so we just have to keep doing what we're doing, and all will work itself out. I want you to understand that we love you. Not because we want you to subscribe or hit the like button or anything. We appreciate those things. But we love you because we love you, because we want Jesus in our hearts all the time. We ask him to be in our hearts, and he helps us to love everybody. But more important, Jesus loves you. And we want you to understand how much he does love you. He wants you to live with him for eternity. And so we want you to be able to have a wonderful relationship with him. We want to encourage you to do that. We want to encourage you that every morning, before your feet even hit the floor in the morning, that you will ask Jesus to come into your heart and to reside there and to live, rule, and reign in your heart, so that you can be a part of his kingdom one day. We can say we're a Christian all we want, but it won't be true unless he's reigning and ruling in the heart. So have a blessed and wonderful day, and we will see you very soon. Also, if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave comments for us, and share these videos with other people. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.